Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome to DPS Media, Divisional Public School, Lahore. This is the lecture for Class 6, subject Social Studies, and it is about Geography's Lecture 2 from the third term. Our today's lesson is Chapter 7, which is about the world population. Students' learning outcomes. After completing this lecture, the students will be able to define the factors of migration and urban-rural migration, identify the population concentration areas of Pakistan. They will be able to describe the problems caused by the high growth rate of population in Pakistan. They will also be able to explain the population density of Pakistan. They will be able to describe the age-sex structure of Pakistan, and they will surely can explain the growth of population in Pakistan. Dear students, let's take a review of the previous lecture before going for the next topics. In previous lecture, we have studied about distribution of population in the world, density of population, structure of the population, and about population growth. Movement of population. As far as the definition of migration is concerned, it is an old phenomenon. The spread of population over the surface of the earth shows that human life is mobile. From the beginning, the humans have tend to come out of their native areas and settle in new places. The human life is still on the move and will continue in the future too. This movement is called the migration. Why people migrate? Now the question arises that what makes the people migrate? Why do they leave their own lands? There are many reasons of migration, but most common are: sometimes people move from one area to another for better economic conditions. Conflict within a country or war with another country force people to leave their areas. For religious freedom and the cultural traditions, people move from one place to another. Natural disasters and hazards force people to leave their areas. For example, due to the severe floods in Pakistan in August 2010, millions of people had to leave their areas. Types of migration. There are two types of migration: internal migration, international migration. First comes internal migration. The movement within a country from one place to another is called internal migration. It can be inter-district and inter-province, from village to village, city to city, village to city, and city to village. Then comes international migration. The movement from one country to another is called international migration. Dear students, it occurs when people cross state boundaries and stay in the host state for a brief period. Many people leave their homelands in order to look for better economic opportunities, for better education, and for availing better health facilities. Let's talk about the factors of migration. There are two main factors of migration. These factors are usually considered as north and south poles on a magnet. Push factors. There are some factors which force people to leave their areas, for example, poor economic and social conditions, natural disasters and wars. Then comes pull factors. There are some factors which attract people to move a new place. For example, better economic opportunities, standard of life and peaceful conditions. Basically, push factors encourage people to leave their points of origin and settle elsewhere, while pull factors attract migrants to new areas. For example, high unemployment is a common push factor, while an abundance of jobs is an effective pull factor. Now, we will look into the impact of population growth on environment. The necessities of life increase with the increase in population. To meet those necessities, the efforts made by human beings affect the natural environment directly. Let us have a look on the following pictures in which some important problems have been highlighted. Picture number 1 shows acid rain results from air pollution, which affects the crops. Picture number 2 highlights tree cutting results in the reduction of oxygen. Picture number 3 tells us construction of housing schemes on agricultural lands increase air temperature. Picture number 4 describes clearance of forest and reduction of agricultural land cause desertification. In the nutshell, we can say that the population impacts the environment in many ways, like overpopulation, burning of fossil fuels, cutting of trees or deforestation, air and water pollution, and desertification. Desertification means the process by which fertile land becomes desert. Now we will learn about the population of Pakistan. Dear students, let me tell you that according to population, Pakistan is 6th largest country of the world. The present population of Pakistan is about 191.71 million. Like the world, the distribution of population in Pakistan is not uniform too. It varies in different areas of the Pakistan due to number of different environmental and human factors. Like some areas have intense hot climate, some are covered in ice, some of them are fertile plain lands and others are deserts. Distribution and density of population. According to the 1998 census, the density of population in Pakistan was 166 persons per square kilometer, which is about 236 persons per square kilometer at present. The distribution and density of population is shown in the following table. Punjab is the most populous province of Pakistan, containing more than half of the country's total population. Then comes Sindh, and it has the second highest population out of all provinces of Pakistan, that is 44.80. Then comes KPK, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. It contains 25.24 million of Pakistan's total population with 339 persons per square kilometer. While considering area, Balochistan is the largest province of Pakistan, but here's the population density is very low due to the dry climate and unfertile land. It contains 9.60 million population with 28 persons per square kilometer. Then comes FATA. FATA means Federally Administrated Tribal Areas. FATA contains 4.46 million population. Islamabad, the capital territory, contains 1.41 million of Pakistan's total population. In the end, Gilgit-Baltistan is an administrative territory of Pakistan with 1.8 million population. Structure of population. In order to elaborate previous points of the lecture number 1, in this lecture we will learn more about the sex-age structure of Pakistan. Structure of the population involves the study of sex and age. The sex-age structure of Pakistan is as under. In Pakistan, total population is 191.71 million. 51.3 3% of which consists of men. 48.65% of the whole population consists of women. 37% of the population consists of children. 59% of the whole population contains youth, and rest of 4% of the whole population contains aged people. If we talk about the growth rate of the population of Pakistan, it is increasing rapidly. At the time of creation of Pakistan, the population of present Pakistan, West Pakistan, was about 32.5 million. It is now about 191.71 million, which is increasing at the rate of 1.92% annually. Problems of population growth. It is very important to know that the Pakistan is facing many problems because of fast growing population. Some of these problems are illiteracy, unemployment, lack of medical facilities, shortage of water and power, need to increase the crop production. The population is our biggest threat for Pakistan. According to new trends and technology, the increased population with a high rate is dangerous for Pakistan. It's the right time that the new reforms must be introduced and awareness should be created among the masses regarding disadvantages of population. Then we can lift up our socio-economic conditions of Pakistan. Let's talk about the rural and urban population. Pakistan is basically an agricultural country. The main profession of the people is agriculture. That is why a major part of population lives in rural areas. At present, the percentage of rural population is about 61% and the urban population is 39%. Internal migration. Like other countries of the world, the trend of internal migration, especially from rural to urban areas, is increasing in Pakistan. People move towards cities for better standard of life. However, for the sake of peaceful environment, people also tend to choose sites away from the cities for residential purposes. At the end of the lecture, your home assignment. Read chapter number 7, page number 91 to 98. Write short answer of question number 4 from the exercise. Write detailed answers of question number 3 and 4 from the exercise. Dear students, that's all for today's lecture. Stay blessed. Allah Hafiz.